Wonderful people, good morning. I hope you had an amazing night. This morning, what's the topic of our discussion? The topic of our discussion is to be able to understand who friends are, and who are your enemies. Who are your enemies and who are your friends? That's the topic we are going to be sharing on this morning. And many people, they miss the point. I'm thankful to God that I am not the type with many friends. I have acquaintances, I have business partners, but I select my friends carefully. And my friends know that they are my friends. They know. There are some I call sisters, yes, they are sisters and all of those. But when I talk about friendship, I mean real friend. Who is your friend and who is your enemy? That's the topic of discussion this morning. One of the scariest enemy that you can ever imagine, okay? Or the scariest enemies you could ever think of in this life, in this world. They are those people who pretend to be your friend. Many people will pretend to be your friend, but they are your enemies. Many people will pretend to check on you. Hello, my sister, how are you doing? Some of them, they are asking, how are you doing? Not to hear or know whether you're doing fine. They are asking to be sure that the plot or their plans that they concocted, whether it has worked, whether it has affected you or not. Some of them are asking, my brother, my sister, how are you doing? In order to know whether the pain they caused you, you will start complaining about it. Never you ever give them that pleasure of telling someone that you are not fine. Never ever. I am that type that if you are not into me, even my children, they will ask, Mama, how are you doing? It's just but natural for me to tell them I am doing great. I am doing great is my response all the time. I hardly tell anyone any challenge I'm going through. Though, yes, it's not because those people I consider to be my enemies, no. It's just that I have made it a habit. Everyone goes through one challenge or the other. Everyone goes through one challenge or the other. So it's not pleasing to me, to have that habit of all the time saying I'm not fine. Normally, how are you doing? It's a normal greeting for you to say fine. It's not for you to start explaining your life story to anybody. It's a courtesy greeting. The fact that you are not fine is just but normal. Each and every one is passing through one challenge or the other. And so, some of us, out of ignorance, we give our enemies the pleasure of narrating our pains, narrating our challenges, narrating our setbacks to our enemies. We give them that pleasure. And so, as I said earlier, the scariest enemies you could ever have, they are those who pretend to be friends. So that is to make you know that all the gang that you have, the crowd that you have hanging around you in the name of friends, not all of them are friends. Some of them are your enemies. Some of them are just hanging around, checking the next move to be able to break it, to be able to make sure that your next positive move shouldn't work. Some of them are just around, monitoring for the other enemies outside, to be able to give them every details about your life such that they will know where to pull you down and when to pull you down. So the scariest enemies you could ever have, they are those who pretend to be friends. And lots of people who think they have friends, the people around them are not actually friends. They are just pretending. They are monitoring spirits put around you to be able to give the enemy all the information that they need concerning you so that they know whenever there is a breakthrough coming, they know when to destroy you. So be careful. Choose your friends wisely. And above all, pray God. Let the Holy Spirit give you. Pray God for the spirit of discernment to be able to know those who are actually there for you and those who are not there for you. A real friend will celebrate your success. A real friend will fight for you in your absence. A real friend will defend you when people want to stab you. A real friend can even take bullets for you without you knowing. They will go and heal themselves and come back and keep protecting you. That is what real friendship is all about. So the scariest enemies you could ever imagine, they are those friends or those people who pretend to be friends. I hope I made some sense. Good morning.